Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. We are already on the 14th of November. We are halfway through the season, 15 games in. That's not technically halfway, 19 games in is halfway. We're going to have two games today. Valenciennes and Concarneau are going to be our opponents. But first, we've got a little bit of a problem. As you can see, like I said, we're a lot of games in. We're 15 games in. We're 10th in the table, mid-table. This is kind of what I expected. We're not doing too well. We'll get to fixtures in a minute, but we have a huge problem, and that is staff. Now, you'll notice on the far right-hand side, our medical staff, we have 3 out of 7. They're all doctors. We have Sebastian Clement, we have Philippe Campion, and we also have Vincent Verduc. We have no physios, and we have no sports scientists. We have no head physios, no head of sports science, none of that stuff. We also have no fitness coaches. And the fun thing is, we can't even hire any. So here's a search that I did earlier, and I found literally the worst physios. They are 2 at physiotherapy. Let's take a look at Rayan Pearson. Look how wonderful this man is as a physiotherapist. Let's offer him a contract, shall we, just so we get somebody in. He wants £2,400 a week. Literally no physios will join us at all. So we are going to have to play an entire season. At least an entire season. Hold on, if we go normal physio, we get more money. How much more? 650. We're going to have to go an entire season or more without any physiotherapists. This is a bloody huge problem. Right, can I just give you clauses? Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get ourselves a physio this season. So yeah, this is a big problem for us. Another big problem is the fact that we've not been particularly great on the field at the moment so far this season. So, first match in between episodes, Clermont Foot. It was a 1-0 defeat. Antoine Letouille with the only goal of the game. We were shocking. Up front, we were just really bad. Elie Ewan gets a 6.3 and gets himself substituted. Just wasn't a particularly good game. We did manage to pick up a 2-1 victory against Metz. Elie Ewan with the opening goal for us. Thomas Delane with a goal on 39 minutes for Metz into the second half. And Georgian international, that's right, he's got a cap now. Konstantin Mushiashvili possibly gets his first goal in Dunkerque colours. We were not the better side. They had a lot more shots than us. Luckily, we took our chances and gives ourselves 3 points. We followed the Mets game up with a 2-2 draw against Stade Reims. Wallace and Catranis with the goals for us. Odin and Kiai with the goals for Reims. We were actually 2-0 down at half-time. Catranis basically was the only person really to perform on our team. Wallace gets a 7.6 as well. Wasn't a particularly good result. Wasn't a particularly good game, but a point is better than no points. And the final game of a little run of good fixtures was up against Le Havre. It was a 1-0 victory. Giovanni Chiracha, a player who literally hates me on this game at the moment because he won't sign a new contract. And because he won't sign a new contract, he's now getting annoyed that he's not signing a new contract. I physically cannot offer him how much money he wants. He wants £4,000 a week. I can't do it. I offer him as much as I possibly can and he just immediately rejects it. So Giovanni Chiracha is going to be leaving the club at the end of the season, or maybe January, purely because he's stubborn and doesn't want to sign an extension. We then went away against AC Ajaccio and we lose this one 1-0. Oliver Kemen with a goal on the 45th minute. I think that was immediately after kickoff in the second half. Catranis gets himself sent off for 2 yellow cards. And you can see there, looking at our ratings, we just weren't very good once again. Zabara getting a 7, our highest rating in our side. Just not a very good performance from us. We did have a good performance against Châteauroux, however, a 3-1 victory here. Baboy Traoré, Connor Coventry and Elie Ewan with the goals for us. Yunus Barbier with a solitary goal for Châteauroux. And you can see there Zabara getting himself injured on the 29th minute. I think that was the first of our major injuries. This is how I've realised that we didn't have any physios. Zabara kept getting injured. Just little injuries. And then he got injured for about 7 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. And I think that was the match that actually caused the injury. And now the first of 4 defeats in a row, up against Nîmes. Andre Wisdom, yep, that Andre Wisdom, and Lucien Agoum with the goals for Nîmes, a 2-0 defeat. You can see there, our right back, Ndongala. Yes, he's rubbish. He's not very good at all. He's only 16 years old, but this is the state of affairs now for us at the moment when it comes to injuries. Cherubin Ndongala has actually played 4 games for us. That's pretty bad because he's an awful, awful footballer. We then did have a little bit of Coupe de la Ligue action against Rennes, where we end up losing this one 4-2. Elie Ewan and Baboy Traoré with the goals for us. Fowry and Tiste with 2 goals, and Lucas da Cunha with a goal as well. Rennes were just the much better side. Our goalkeeper, Maraval, saving, 18 shots out of 31, 22 on target, 4 still went in. Defensively, not particularly good this time round. This was going to be a match that I was going to actually record. Instead, I decided to play off camera up against Sochaux, and we lose this one 2-1. Konstantin Mushiashvili with the opening goal after just 5 minutes, but Mateus and Morten Knudsen with the goals for Sochaux mean it's another defeat on the road, and we are starting to slip down the table slightly. The next defeat was up against Nancy, and it was Noureddine, sure, Mausch with the only goal of the game, 20 minutes on the clock. Anthony Cora missing a penalty. I say missing, a saved penalty from Axel Maraval. Could have been 2-0. In the end, we go down 1-0, and our strikers aren't performing. Wallace, 6.4. Ewan gets a 6.3. You can see Mushiashvili getting a 7.0. He's not doing too bad. He's just not scoring enough goals for my liking. Then in the Coupe de France in the 7th round, up against Clermont Foot. Not an easy tie, this one. A team who are also in League 2. We end up winning 2-1 after extra time. Johan Gastien with the opening goal on 48 minutes for Clermont Foot. Konstantin Mushiashvili then equalises 2 minutes later. We go all the way through to the 120th minute, and Eduardo Luiz, who came off the bench in the 82nd minute, gets his first ever goal for the club to give us an extra time victory. I don't know who we're playing in the next round, because it's not been drawn yet. That's going to happen on the 4th of December is when we're going to find out. Well, that's when we're going to play. Don't know when we'll find out. Today then, Valenciennes and Concarneau, 2 teams, 16th and 7th in the table. Concarneau is a tough one. League table-wise, let's have a quick look. Like I said, we are currently 10th, sat right in the middle. We are 6 points behind Brest, who are in 5th. We are 5 points ahead of Paris FC, who are in 18th. We could not really be more mid-table, can we? I've also got a problem with my save at the moment. Whenever I return to the homepage, it resets everything. So if I change this, I don't know, let's change it to insecure jobs. So there you go, insecure jobs. Let's go away to, I don't know, my history. There's my overview, just in case you're interested. Back to home, it's returned back to finance and salary again. I don't know how to stop that from happening. It's really annoying. So this is who we're going to have in the Coupe de France 8th round. It'll be Cherbourg or Nice. Chances are it's going to be Nice, a team that keep beating us constantly. We really could do with turning around our form. Valenciennes, a team who we've always beaten. We've played them twice so far in the save. We've beaten them both times. They are all the way down 16th place in the table. We're only really ahead of them. Well, we're only ahead of them by 3 points. So if we lose, we could find ourselves dropping down pretty low, down to sort of 16th, 17th in the table, which really isn't what we want to be doing, is it? The starting lineup we're going to go for then. In goal is going to be Axel Maraval. Maraval has come in because of our injury crisis. Dylan Silva has been injured for, I think, about a month and a half. So Maraval has played the last few games. He's actually doing all right. An average rating of 7.06 over the last 5. So that's not a terrible replacement, is it? Alexis Zabara is going to be making his first start for a long time, returning from injury. He's not match fit, but we don't really have much options. Baptiste Mendy and Rodrigue Ella, both on yellow cards, will be the 2 central defenders. Katranis will be the left back. Baboy Traoré will be the defence midfielder, with Gideon Waha and young German midfielder Simon Bogle as the box-to-box midfielder. Wallace is going to be playing as that advanced playmaker, with Konstantin Mushiashvili and Elie Ewan as the 2 strikers. They reckon that I should probably play Alan Varel over Elie Ewan, which you're probably right, actually. Or, no, Faustin. Let's try that. I don't think I've actually tried this combination. Andy Faustin, Mushiashvili. Maybe that could be the new Faustin and Varel combination. 3 loanees, all on the bench at the moment. I'm very worried that all of my in-match settings are also going to be a little bit broken. So let's hope that when we kick off the game, it's all at normal speeds. I'm not quite sure it will be. 20 minutes in, nothing is happening at all. No highlights at all. 3 shots for them, 1 shot for us. We're just going to coast into half-time, aren't we? Demand some more, because nothing's happening right now. The only people that get focused are the defenders. I want the strikers to be kind of there going, you know what, you're right, I need to score some goals, but apparently they can't be bothered. What a cracking first half of football that was. Literally 0 highlights. Let's give everyone and aggressive team talk, I'm far from pleased. My assistant says, I think we should let the team know we appreciate their efforts. Shut up. We don't appreciate anything. They didn't do anything. To appreciate their efforts, they have to put in some effort. 47 minutes on the clock, and the first actual highlight of the game. Simon Bogle forward to Andy Faustin, plays it across to Catranes. He's got 3 in the box if he can find any one of them. It's not the best of crosses. Dos Santos now can clear it for Valencians over the halfway line. Elof heads forward. Catranes gets the ball as well. Keeps going. Cuts inside. Keeps going. Loses the ball. He's still got it. How has he still got it? Mushashvili now. Back to Gideon Waha. Goes for goal. And he almost scores a trademark goal like he did about 46 times last season. Throw on now for Valencians. Traore steals the ball. Mushashvili to Andy Faustin, number 11. Holds up the play, or does he get tackled? Zabara with the ball into the box. He's gone down like a sack of spuds, and we've got a penalty. Andy Faustin is going to be the one to step up and take it. Last time, I think he's missed a penalty so far this season. So Faustin, hopefully, he can smash it into the back of the net. And we are 1-0 up against Valencians. Let's not concede, and let's pick up 3 points. Since the goal, nothing has happened. I'm thinking old Mushashvili is going to be coming off. We're going to bring on Eli Ewan and Faustin. Nice little partnership. No, we're not going to do that. What am I doing? Let's go for the partnership that worked so well last season. Virao and Faustin back in there. I'm tempted to bring off Batista Mendy for Babatore. I think that is all we'll do for now. We've got 20 minutes left to play. We'll probably do the final sub in about 10 minutes. Which is now, and it is probably going to be a Baboy Traore coming off. Sambu Sissoko is going to come on. We'll rejig everyone. Waha can drop back to that defence midfielder. That will do. I think this is probably the first full 90 minutes that Simon Bogle's going to do as well. He normally gets a little bit too tired and I sub him off. Looks like he's going to make the full 90 unless he gets injured. 2 seconds to play of injury time. The full-time whistle goes. It wasn't a classic at all, but we have managed to pick up 3 points against Valencians. Up next then, we are going to have to go and play Concarneau, who I always say are a rival, but I have recently found out that their manager loves me. He's like my best friend. We clearly go out for wine and cheese and whatever other things happen in France. Well, we've moved up to 9th. I think the more important thing is we've put more ground in between us and the relegation zone. I don't think we're going to be going down, famous last words. I don't think we're going to be getting promoted either. So, yeah, just keeping on picking up the odd points here and there. I think 40 points is the target, much like any league with 3 relegation places and 20 teams. 40 points is the goal. We're over halfway there, and we're not even halfway through the season. So we're on target. Welcome back. We are the final match of the match week by the looks of it. It's Saturday afternoon. I don't know why all the French games seem to play on Friday, but they do. Anyway, Concarneau are our opponents, a team that have beaten us 3 times. We've beaten them twice. There's been 2 draws as well. A victory here will put us on to 26 points, but it won't be enough to go ahead of Concarneau because of our goal difference. So we'll probably move into 8th place if we win. If we lose, we're probably going to drop down to 11th due to goal difference, maybe 12th if we lose by 2 or 3 goals. Hopefully we don't lose. Hopefully we win. That sounds really dumb now. The starting lineup then is going to be very similar to the last match, just a couple of little changes. Axel Maraval will remain as the goalkeeper. Dylan Silva has returned from his injury, but because we have no fitness coaches or physios, I'm not going to risk playing him at the moment. Alexi Zabara is going to be our right back. Babatore, Rodrigue Ella and Catranes will be the rest of the back 4. Torre has come in because Batista Mendy, that's the guy, picked up a yellow card in the last match and is now suspended for a game. Baboy Traore will be the defence midfielder with Gideon Waha and Simon Bogle in front of him. Yassin Fekir comes in for Wallace, who Wallace isn't very good at football at the moment, so let's give Fekir a try. Mushashvili and Andy Faustin will be the front 2. I'm really hoping that Mushashvili, for some reason, just maybe because he doesn't speak French or something like that, I'm just hoping at some point it just clicks and this guy just suddenly starts scoring 15 goals a season. Because, I mean, if you haven't seen him, he's not spectacular, but for this level of football, bear in mind this is kind of League One level of football, I believe. I think that's kind of a league that we're similar to. He is absolute filth. He's only 19 years old as well. He doesn't have a Georgia cap. Oh, I thought he had a Georgia cap. Apparently not. I think he got called up but never actually played by the looks of it then. Yeah, but Mushashvili, look how good he is. He likes long-range free kicks. Can't take free kicks, but it doesn't matter. Finishing, that's his key stat. Flair, give him the ball, he'll do something fancy, maybe. I don't know. But hopefully, he's going to just suddenly learn French, knows how to talk to his teammates around him, and start scoring loads of goals. And I do have a backup plan if that doesn't work. I might have signed another Georgian player who's also a striker, who's also really good, because he was also called up to the Georgia squad and was on a free transfer. I'll show you him at the end of the match. 18 minutes in, Fekir's corner, and at the front post, not the front post, 6-yard box, my boy Traore has made it 1-0, 18 minutes on the clock. 2 wins on the spin in the league, possibly. Probably too early to say that, isn't it? This is already a more exciting match than the last match against Valencians. We've moved up to 8th place. A couple of goals could see us actually move ahead. So if we win 3-0, we'll move into 7th place. It's probably quite optimistic to do that. Free kick for Concarneau. Rodriguez can clear it, but it's coming back at us. Fekir's going to get Traore's clearance. Long ball smashed upfield towards Andy Faustin. Can he put it away? He's hit the inside of the post, and Concarneau can clear their lines. That should have been 2-0. 5 minutes to play of the first half. Fekir's corner. Is it to Traore again? Bogle. Mushashvili controls it. Has a shot straight at the keeper. It could have been 3-0. That could have gone in. Half time then, we have been pretty dominant, I'd say. 68% possession. We've had a lot of the ball. We should probably have at least another goal to show for it, but at the moment, we are just 1-0 up. As you can see, we haven't bothered doing any subs at half time. On the hour mark, the first highlight, and it's looking like it's probably going to be us, maybe? No, it isn't. It's Concarneau with the ball. Gory. Back to Traore. They've got their own Traore. It's a Baba Traore. Baba Traore on the left-hand side, tries to cross it in, takes a deflection. Hubert to Guril, goes for goal. He's hit it inches wide of the post. It's going to be a goal kick. We're going to do a sub. We're going to bring off Gideon Waha. We're going to bring on Connor Coventry. Coventry is actually a very good Carolero. I think he's actually probably better box-to-box. No, he isn't. What about a defence midfielder? Let's try moving everyone around. Definitely not a defence midfielder. Right, Connor Coventry and Simon Bogle now are going to be our central midfield partnership. Into the final 20 minutes, I'd like another goal. We've been the better side. Second half, we haven't been particularly great, but nor have Concarneau. I'd like to get another goal. Give us a 2-0 victory. Show some passion. Demand more, possibly. Concarneau's goal kick towards the halfway line. We do manage to win the ball. Fekir tries to find Faustin, but can't do it. Bay now for Concarneau. Long ball upfield. Guri running onto it, into the penalty area. Goes for goal. And Axel Maraval was a safe pair of hands to claim the ball. Katranis with a throw finds Faustin. Back to Katranis. Bogle all the way across to Alexei Zabara, the Russian. Connor Coventry. Zabara has a bit of space, runs into the area, goes for goal. It's straight at the keeper. We should have scored 4 in this. We should have scored 4 goals. 2 and a bit minutes of normal time to play. Katranis heads forward. Bogle's not going to get there. Sanko does get the ball for Concarneau. Into Kone. Back to Sanko. Across to Hubert. Concarneau passing it around. They're going to equalise. And I'm not going to be particularly happy. Hubert to Rajo, or Rajot, possibly. Kone, Sanko, they're just passing it. This is a goal. There's definitely a goal at the end of this. Rajo goes for goal from distance. It is over the bar. There's not a goal at the end of it. Don't worry, we can calm down now. Let's do some subs, just to waste a little bit of time. Faustin off for Yuan. We're going to bring on Eduardo Luiz for Mushashvili. Stick him in the middle of the back 4, 5, 6, however many we've got. He's not a natural of any of them. Actually, you know what? Do we do that? Are you any good at... You can play somewhere else. Where can you play? Left back. Okay. I'm thinking of a different... I'm thinking of you. Hold on, I'm thinking of you. Because you, Zabara... What am I... I'm just moving people around. Yeah, Zabara can play as a central midfielder. We're not going to do it. Well, what have I done? I've just made a complete balls up of this. That, maybe. Sure. We're going to play a nice, long, thin squad with a flat back 5. We are over the 93. The ball kicked upfield by Concarneau. Full-time whistle goes. It's another 1-0 victory. It's not pretty, but we're grinding out the results. This is kind of what we needed. We went on a little bit of a bad run. I think we lost 5 or 6 games, 4 of them in the league in a row. So just managing to pick up 2 victories on the spin, that is very useful for us. And with that victory, we do move up to 8th place in the table. We are just 2 points now behind the playoffs. I still don't think we're going to get in them this season, but, you know, we'll keep our hopes up. When I was mentioning the league level, so this is something that I haven't actually personally looked at myself. Can we just do all nations, please? I want to see all nations. Right, where are we? We are League 2 in France, so we are here. So we are on par with... So, right, there's the Championship. That's obviously an English league that we understand. We're halfway between the Championship and League One. So, yeah, we're not a particularly good level of football, and I think we do have some very good footballers in our squad. The Kazakh Premier League and the Azerbaijani Premier League is also higher than us. So, take that as you will. I promised I'd do it. So, this is our current Georgian striker. He is a natural poacher. He can also play on the wings. Konstantin Mushashvili. He is going to be having a friend. He's not quite here yet. He's technically at the club on trial, but he doesn't sign until December or January, something like that. And it's this guy, Levan Grimradze, possibly. I definitely don't know how to say his name. He is a natural advanced forward. He's been playing as a poacher for our reserve team, scoring a lot of goals. Can't finish, but scoring a lot of goals. He's another player. 4-star current, 4-star potential ability. Physically, he's a bit of a beast. 17 acceleration, 17 pace, 16 balance as well. Doesn't dive into tackles, doesn't matter, you're a striker. If we have a quick look at the form and we look at the reserves, he played against RC Paris 3 times now, because our reserves don't officially play in a league or anything. Scored 4 goals in the last match. Scored 1 and got an assist in the one before as well. So yeah, Levan Grimradze, maybe. He might just get called Levan, because I feel like that's going to be easier. He is going to be joining on the 1st of the 1st, 2022. So we are going to have 2 natural Georgian and Russian speakers up front. He's not learning French right now, which kind of annoys me, because it'd be nice if he could speak French as well. But doesn't matter. He will be joining the club in January, which will actually be in the next episode, because what we're going to do, next episode, we are going to go all the way through to Lyon Duchère and maybe not. We might go Metz and Clermont Foot, possibly there. So, as I've said before, this is a transitional season. I'm not expecting us to be promoted. I'm not expecting us to be relegated. If we get to sort of Sasho Nancy sort of era? Era's not the right word at all. If we get to that point in the season and we're within a shot of getting promoted, it's suddenly going to get a little bit more interested. Honestly, I don't think we're going to get there. So, yep, next episode, we'll do Metz and Clermont Foot. The transfer window will be open and closed. There'll probably be a fair bit transfer business as well, because we do need to try and shift on some of this junk, because there's a lot of junk in here who are getting paid way too much money, like Hosu Homou, Theo Guevara. Some of these players getting paid like £2,000 a week. They're never going to play for us. And maybe, if we can get rid of them from our salary, maybe we can just get ourselves a physio as well, which we kind of desperately need. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back next time for the end of the window, of the transfer window. Not just the window, that's weird. Anyway, see you next time.